live with the city show. Woo. It get live with the city show. Woo. It get live with the city show. Woo. It get live with the city show. The Live City Show. BL.
Yo, what up, what up? It's your man, Podcast City, from the Live City Show. I'm bringing it to you real and direct. This conversation we about to have is about to be crazy. Yes, I know. You've been keeping up with the episodes as we tagging along and building up the content. We've been radio for a long time. Now we're bringing you visuals. I got somebody that's like the homie, like the homie. She's cool as fuck. Always been A1 since day one. I always say Big Bompton's finest. And she actually, she made a comment when we was behind the cameras. We was like, we actually all started around the same time. And this with the industry itself. But without further ado, I got Key Marie standing on business with me in the building. Key, what up?
Period. The intro just gets better and better. I love hearing
I did. I topped off on that one.
Yeah, you did that. You put the little saute touch on it. Yeah. What's up?
Key, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
The last time we met, I had you in some hot shit.
You did.
Because you was eating on the hot chip.
it took it like a G.
And took it like a G.
Couldn't even tell that chip was hot.
But everybody else was crying and throwing up, even the dudes.
Yeah, they was.
Shout out to my man Radio. He was.
Yeah, and I went in there and killed it.
He was teary-eyed. You was a little. You started off a little shaky in the first 10 seconds.
I didn't.
The first 10 seconds.
I didn't.
I got the footage.
Okay. What up? How you feeling right now?
Is this one of the questions? Bye. That's one of your questions.
That's not one of the questions.
It's not even that hot.
It's not.
It's not that hot.
Oh, you a thug.
Hey, dog.
Big B's.
Hey, dog. Come on.
Big B's.
Through that whole thing, you're not about to discredit me.
Yo, Mark, right here. We gonna run back that footage of her.
Put it in right here. Because he lying.
Yeah, right there.
Because he lying.
What's been up though?
Life.
Tell me good, bad, and ugly, and we're gonna dive in the bag.
Well, the good, I've been working on behind the scenes. So
Okay.
I've been in my executive producer bag with a couple of reality shows.
Okay.
My director bag. Like, I'm focused on the behind the scenes,
Right.
type thing. And that's where the focus is right now.
Yo, okay, so on one of the shows, right, I seen somebody getting their head bust open. There was a few folks.
You exaggerate. So I just slapped somebody.
Oh, but you knew what I was talking about, right?
But nobody's head got bust open. I slapped her. It was all open palm.
That's the most disrespectful thing
Yeah, because
ever.
I ain't really want to fight her. You know what I mean? But after being picked at, and because I'm in a new space in my life where, like, I'm trying to protect my peace. My peace is very important because you'll find out why. Like, I had to fight hard for this peace. You feel me?
Right.
So once she finally brought that out of me, she wasn't even somebody I felt like a threat to really fight. But in that moment, I felt like I had to slap her. It was more like, watch your mouth type shit.
Yo, all these bitches is my sons.
Type shit.
I keep you hanging like a...
You feel me? But I did feel bad after, but like, watch your mouth.
So, for the ones who don't know, Key Marie, I would say initially took the world by storm from Bad Girls Club.
Absolutely. You trying to get down, or you just trying to run your mouth?
That's who started. That's that line, right? And
you was a stripper that thought you was gonna get wiped and didn't. Psych. But shout out to Bree, because me and Bree, we cool. So when that been going viral, we be sitting there laughing like, damn, this is going up. Celebrities, everybody doing it. Like, me and her cool. That's my girl.
It was crazy because I watched Bad Girls Club because you were season
17.
I started watching Bad Girls Club because my homeboy Dre P was talking to one of the chicks, Stephanie George.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she was before 17,
Yeah,
right?
she was 16. I believe.
Yeah, she was before. And then when 17 came out, I was watching it, of course. And then I was like, yo, Shorty is wild, like crazy as hell. And then Cena invited me out. Shout out to Cena Bina.
Shout out Cena.
She invited me out. She invited me out to an event. And then she was like, yo, that's the chick from Bad Girls Club. I was like, yo, that's the wild one. Like, in a good way, you know what I mean? And we've been locked in ever since, yo. I haven't missed a beat. I know you're from Bompton, California.
Big Bompton, absolutely.
And I want to kind of go through some of the childhood to how you got here, because I want to know, like, you said something when you said you go hard for your peace.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been involved in some of your personal matters. We talk, we reach out. I check in on you from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's been a lot going on.
Right.
But growing up in California, what was a normal day for you?
Actually, like most of my problems were like eternal, like family stuff,
Mhm.
I was fortunate enough I did go to public schools, but then I got put into private schools. So in 7th grade, from 7th to 8th grade, I was in private school. Then all of high school, I went to St. Mary's, it's an all girl private school. And I played a million sports. So I was never outside with everybody.
Okay.
You feel me? I went to good schools, well taken care of. My stepfather at the time took care of me. Like I never really seen what was going on
Right.
until I, got into my teenage, and it was mainly like the dudes I was dating.
Uh-huh.
They had me outside a little bit.
You was on the patio or you was
I ain't gonna
outside?
tell myself I was outside.
It was outside.
I was outside, but I had 1 foot outside and 1 foot in because
Right.
my stepdad only took so much. Then I played sports, so I can only be out. College, I got a little more out, but it wasn't too crazy. It was mainly like personal stuff. That's why when I did Bad Girls Club, it was a lot of people from Compton. Like, what? She don't even go to. I've never seen her in Compton. She not from Compton. Like, you don't know everybody. I wasn't outside, so no, I didn't gangbang. I wasn't on the block, but like I lived right next door to y'all.
That's crazy.
Rosecrans and Wilmington. Stop playing.
That's crazy.
Like real natives. Stop playing.
Whole assassin living right next to you. Don't even know the killer right there. In the last year, or maybe 2, I've seen a lot of RIP. I've seen a lot of tears. I've seen a lot of doves. I've seen a lot of funerals. And I know that's a lot. And it's one thing that I know me and you talked about this, and it's something that I'm really working on. Just like I had a guest on before with Rachel Pondon. We was talking the same thing about trauma. And, in our culture, we bypass it. We overlook it. It's not real. We act like nothing's wrong with us. And people don't understand, like, sometimes trauma ain't got to be you getting shot. Somebody close to you can get shot, and that's a traumatic experience of what you've dealt with losing somebody. I know it sounds cliche, but you got a lot of angels around you as of today.
Too many, unfortunately, but yes.
In the last, 2 years or 3?
Take a shot. Last 2.
Last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
How many family members have you lost?
So in 2002, I lost my baby sister. Rest in peace to Tierra, aka Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months later, my little brother was killed. Rest in peace to Alex. And then on Christmas that year, one of my favorite cousins passed. Rest in peace to Brandon. And then in 2003, this Christmas that just passed 2 days before it, my little brother, another one of my little brothers.
2003 or 23?
2023. Yeah,
23.
yeah, my bad.
Got you.
Yeah, in 2023 Christmas, 2 days before Christmas, my little brother, DeAndre, got killed.
And I think that's when I tapped in with you because I saw it was like back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what's going on? You
so that
good?
was 4 close ones, and 3 siblings.
Right.
In the last 2 years. So, like growing up, so my trauma, like I was in foster care. I went through a lot of trauma, sexual abuse, a lot, but I used to mask it. Like I was so numb. I was just going through it, and I realized that's what made me so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, like when people get to know me, like I'm really not even that person.
Right.
So it got to the point where I was just like, like I'm tired of being someone else. Like in a way, I'm being fake. Like I'm being a person that I'm not even am because I'm used to, protecting myself.
Right.
So I felt like soon as I let my guard down and tried to be just more in tune with myself spiritually and everything, life kicked my ass. So I felt like at the time I was trying to get closer to God. Ironically, everything changed.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm just going through the motions as best as I can.
Got you.
But it's been hard. Like I've been in a depression. It's hard to deal with people. Especially that last one, every
that was just
death,
this year, right?
Yeah. The one right before Christmas, every death hurts. But obviously the people that you closest with, it hit a little different. And my little brother, that passed right before Christmas, DeAndre, that was like my baby. He used to hit me in the mornings. When I was just in a really bad relationship, like he used to gas me up on the days when I just felt like I didn't want to do it.
And I think during that relationship, we talked like a couple times. We had a check in, and I think
Can I get some tissue?
Yeah, we got you. We had did a little check in, and And it's crazy because it's like I always know when to hit you. And it's like, and I swear I'll be like, let me check on Key.
I won't say nothing. I'm
Yeah, you
like,
wouldn't say nothing. I was like, yo, let me check on Key real quick. And then that's when you be like, I hear it. I'll hear it and I'm like, yo, what's up? You be like, I'm good. I'm like, nah, what's up? And then, we'll have our little 5 minute. But I will say, what's healing like for you? Like, what steps are you taking, if there has been, that you feel like you're going towards or that you're working on the healing? Because, what you've been through, that's a lot, emotionally and mentally. And especially with you being involved in so much entertainment. So I can only imagine the mental capacity of what you're dealing with when you're dealing with all this death and then all these fake people that surround you. Because, I mean, let's be real. We know what it is in the industry. Yeah. It's who can get what out of you and then on to the next. How do you replenish yourself?
The people you have around you are very important.
Agreed.
So I've been surrounding myself with people who speak life into me, people who don't make me feel like I have to be strong. Okay. Because that's what makes healing so hard, is because we judge ourselves, Definitely. We make ourselves feel like we have to be strong and we have to get up and do this and we have to. And having people around you that remind you, like, if you can't today, it's okay.
Try it again tomorrow.
It's day by day. So instead of me looking at the full picture of healing, that's overwhelming for me. So I've learned to take it day by day. I wake up. I thank God for waking me up, because I do realize, as quick as I lost everybody, like, this might be the last day for any of us. None of my siblings were sick or had anything, like, their lives was taken from them. Gotcha. Only my cousin who passed, he had sickle cell for a long time, so his was a little easier to accept because he lived way past.
Y'all kind of had a preparation for that, because in a way you knew, like, this illness is getting worse.
Yeah.
But as somebody that you just talked to yesterday and they gone tomorrow, it's like, the fuck?
And then younger siblings. Like, right. I'm losing my baby siblings. So it also makes you feel guilty, like, why do I get the blessings and the life and the breath and they didn't? And especially me being out here, I've been on a grind so much. My only guilt was just, like, I felt like I lost time. I've been out here. I've been away from my family since I was about 18, for real. So I've been out here just grinding, living in a different state. But what I can say is, like, I loved on them. I hit up the people I love, even if it's not for, even if it's just to text you and say I love you or what's up, right, or check on you. Like, I loved on them.
And I remember one day we was chilling, we was hanging out, and I think it was your brother that called. Just the light bright that go over your face.
I love my face.
I remember that. And you was just like, that's all I got. That's all I got. That was the time you had the car accident. That's how long back it was. Yep. And I know that's one thing that you've been based on. Your foundation is family oriented.
This is what I do it for.
Yeah. And I remember we've had that conversation before. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like who you are and what you've got today, do you think that's a result of you being a product of your environment?
Absolutely. Because I was the private school girl on the bus with the uniform with the regular girls, they felt like they could pick on me and talk about me and shit, because they was mad that, the niggas, they go to school with y'all and see y'all every day. They don't see me every day.
Right.
But on the bus. So they wanted to embarrass me. And so I used to have to fight on the bus and stuff like that. So that developed this aggression.
Got you.
So then that carried on, and that's what people love me and know me for, But now the problem I found is, now that I'm not that person no more, a lot of people aren't even people that's close to me, they don't get it. It's like, oh, you being a punk, you being soft, you being this. And it's just like, when I was that person at the time, I felt like I had something to prove. I had to prove to y'all I'm tough. I'm going to prove to you I'm not no pussy. I'm going to prove to you. But now I'm in a place and I've really took the time to get to know myself. I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Facts.
Because I know who I am.
And for me, and people that's close to me will say this, like, peer pressure never affected me. Like, and that's just, I think that's a gift that I'm so appreciative of.
Absolutely.
Because it was like, I can only imagine, don't get me wrong, I used to fight just for the hell of it. I used to get a joy out of fighting when I was young. Like it was like, you said what? Bang! Like it was just, and I was one of the ones that grew up in, I'm not even gonna kick shit. I grew up in the suburbs. Like country club
You give
suburbs.
Trust me, you give
Like,
suburbs.
I give suburbs.
Give suburbs. It's giving finger sandwiches. It's giving pigs in a blanket.
Yeah. But it was like, because where we grew up and because we were like the king of the parties, right? So everybody thought they can come to our city where we live. It was like, oh, these niggas soft. They rich kids. Nah, my nigga, you get your head bust right off your shoulder. Like this muscle is just as strong as, yeah. And so, but I went through that phase for a minute. And then, you know, I lost a couple of people along the way. And then it was like, yo, this shit is real. These niggas really out here dying for this. I'm going to go to college. You feel me? And then that's when I went to the West Coast. And I went to school in Washington. And I just saw a different type of lifestyle. And the reason why I always speak on product of your environment, because it's like, that was like a crazy culture shock for me. Like it was no black people around. It was like none, bro. It's like, and even the black people that were black people, they really wasn't black people. They was just you got it. So, I'm really keen on speaking on product and environment because at the end of the day, you still get to have your own decision, and that goes back to like you said, like I didn't feel like I had to prove myself no more. I didn't want to be this person. I feel like I was being fake. But when you're in that environment, that's your shield, that's your armor, that's your protection. So once you remove yourself out of an area where you don't have to be that no more, it's like, whew, I can take this layer off. But then you're still a little nervous because you're like, I don't need nobody to try me right now. But then it was something else that you said was, they think you're soft, they think you're weak. And it's like, it's so crazy that just because you don't have to be tough, you're not normal.
But see, what I've learned, you know, is it takes way more strength to bite that bullet. It takes way more strength to be silent.
Hell yeah.
Than it is to be the loudest in the room.
Facts.
So it's a lot of people who hasn't taken the time to get to know themselves. So I'm at the point, just because I've done the work, I'm not going to judge you that you haven't done it.
Right.
Because there was a time in my life where I hadn't done it. You feel me? So I don't judge others for not receiving who I am now because I understand. But I also do not have to insert myself or give you my energy because you don't understand.
All right.
You know?
Agreed. Let's take a step back. You did a boxing match last year, right?
Yeah.
That was the year before last.
Year before.
Year before last. You actually was throwing hands.
Yeah, and I won.
You definitely won. I watched it.
Big dog.
You handled your thug thizzle. You never thought about applying that to channel some of that frustration and anger and pain and built up just from over the years that you have suppressed inside you?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, like, I still...
Because you really embarked on that shit, like, for real, for real.
Yeah, the only thing is to, like, really do it.
Right.
It takes too much training and time and life changes. I'm not about to stop smoking, no cap. Because that is what really helps me. So, I'm not about to stop smoking. So, but I still do, like, box for, like, working out.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So... Yeah.
So you ever thought about doing another exhibition just on?
I definitely will.
I need ringside this time though. I don't want to be on the tube.
Definitely something that's floating in the air right now.
I want ringside.
Yeah, anybody who want it can definitely get it.
I feel like if Jake Paul can fight Mike Tyson, which this is some corny ass bogus shit, I feel like you could just line them up and start knocking them out. You actually should talk to the producers of Bad Girls Club and take everybody that ever wanted to box and y'all start your own.
See, we had something called Bad Girl Boxing, but it didn't quite. Not everybody want to box.
It just sounds good.
Or everybody real picky, choosy about who they will box. Nobody
want to get their ass knocked out.
No. And I don't give a fuck. Me personally, like so far, Rocky from Bad Girls Club has been like the best boxer out of us. That's who I wanted. Because I don't care about losing. If I take down the big dog or if I... at least hang in with the big dog, nigga. That's better than beating on the puppy.
I agree.
You feel me? So I want the big dog.
So let's get down. Let's go a little deep in the bag, yo. What's relationship status for you right now?
Relationship status.
You on the patio or are you outside?
I'm in love with myself.
Okay.
You know, I'm taking this journey with loving myself. I was in a really bad relationship that was real toxic, but I'm not gonna blame him. You know, like he was just I chose him. So at some point I have to realize what type of woman was I that I chose that and that I attracted that. You feel me? So it's no shade to him. He might be a great man for somebody else. But I always knew he was wrong for me. And I didn't have the courage at the time to choose me. I chose him. So I've just been learning to just love on myself and feel comfortable with myself. And that's going to allow me to find like a man. You know, somebody that pours into me, somebody that understands me. So that's where I'm just on the journey of being able to attract what I want.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with that.
So you in church looking for him? You on Plenty of Fish?
I'm not looking for him because God has already made him for me.
Okay.
You feel me? So I'm in a position where I'm trying to show God that I am ready for him.
Ooh.
He's here. I'm just not ready for him.
Look at the growth, man.
You feel me? Check that out. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Key, I'm so proud of you.
I did the work. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody who's seen, it's been a long journey. You know, it's been.
I haven't known you all your life, but the time that I've known you, I can definitely attest to that.
It's been a long journey, and life has been kicking my ass, but I've been fighting back. You know, it's good days, it's bad days, but I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of who I get so emotional when I just think like. Some days you feel like you fell in, like I'm not doing shit. You know, like if this wouldn't happen and this wouldn't happen. Like, it feels like you're behind.
Right.
But when I really just sit back and reflect, it's like, I'm so far ahead.
I've come a long way.
I've come so far, you know, and I have to remember to give myself grace.
That's deep.
So I'm just giving myself, these are happy tears now, finally. I'm just giving myself grace. Like, I put in so much work and time.
But, you know, that's what it takes and that's where it starts. And the hardest part, you've already done. You've acknowledged it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, and I've just talked about this, just turned 38. I didn't really realize who I was and what my purpose was until 36.
Yeah.
Right? And then I didn't really embody it to my 38th birthday. Like last December is when I really was like, I love who the fuck I am.
Okay.
Prior to, I was trying to please everybody. But like, it was like, oh shit, like, I love me. Mm-hmm. Fuck what you think. I love me.
And you don't realize just that small piece of loving yourself. You don't realize how far ahead of everybody that puts you.
Yeah.
But when you get in that space, you now have a target on your back because people will look at you and tell that you love yourself. And that will remind them that they don't love themselves.
And you know, it's crazy because what I'm about to say, the individuals is a part of my team. It was a gentleman that came into my life. His name is Sam, right? It's my guy. And since day one, he peeped all the snakes in my grass. Mm-hmm. Met him 3 years ago. Met him at Home Depot, right? He peeped, like literally, this nigga wasn't around me 30 days.
So maybe I need to go to Home Depot. I've never been in Home Depot.
Well, that's where you can get some wood. Look, no, for real. And like within 30 days, he was like, why is this dude around you? Yo, why is like off rip, 30 days. And of course, I was hardhead, not listening.
Wasn't able to receive it.
I wasn't able to comprehend it. Same thing. And you know.
Yeah, it is the same thing. So why did you correct me?
Because I like comprehend better.
No, receive is better.
I like comprehend.
Because you can comprehend something and understand it and still not receive it. Oh, okay. Talk to me.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah, talk to me. I'm gonna learn you something today.
But and you know, when I sit back and look, like, you know, like the last 2.5 years could have been avoided if I received it. Mm-hmm. But I was still in my own shit. Mm-hmm. Like now, he may laugh, but he'll say some shit. I'm like, all right, let me apply this. You know what I mean? And it's just when you start, like you said, you put certain people around you, less shit starts to be like slopish. Now you're starting to build.
But you have to do the work to know what to do with these
people.
You
do. Agree.
You know, because you'll have people around you, but if you don't know what to do with them, how to receive them, how to pour back into them, then you'll lose these people that God gave you.
Facts. And then and my other business partner, her name is Tiff. I know her since I was a jit, since I was 14. And you know, we've had our growing pains through business, but it's like to literally sit back and say, all right, now I have a team. You know, because it's always been me. Like I always say, I used to be the king of self-made. I don't need nobody. It's me. Fuck everybody.
We all need somebody. Jesus even had disciples.
Yep. So it's one of those things where I'm your journey. I've seen it. I'm watching it, and your growth is amazing.
Thank you.
From day one I met you to the day, like you've embodied a very grown ass woman, and I remember when I saw your pain. I felt your pain. We talked about it. We've had our convos. And it's like to see how you can just, because I'll rewind real quick. When something used to happen back in the day, you used to blame everybody and be angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And now to hear you like be like, nah, maybe it wasn't just him. It was me. I chose. Like that shit, like that's some grown woman shit.
Because when you blame everybody, these are problems that you can't solve.
Right.
If he a fuck nigga, if he this, he that, that's why you feel trapped, because you're blaming problems that you can't fix. Let's focus on the pieces that I can control.
Okay.
Let's focus on the pieces that are mine, because these are pieces I can do something with. Now I feel like we can get past this because now I have control.
Touche.
You feel me? So.
Big question. You ready?
What's up?
If you could tell yourself 10 years ago something, what would you say?
Fuck it.
Elaborate.
Fuck it. I would tell myself, like, fuck it. Fuck who don't like it, who don't understand it, who don't. I care too much. I carry so much weight, so much everything. Just, I would tell myself, just fuck it and love yourself. You feel me? Fuck it and love yourself. If I would have loved myself, I could have saved myself from so much bullshit.
But do you think you had to go through what you went through to understand what loving yourself really was?
Who's to say necessarily if I had to? Who's to know if I had different type of parents? Like these are things that could have been taught to me younger.
Okay.
So, you know, I just unfortunately didn't have the environment that taught me that. But I didn't do this work on my own. You know, there's people who have taught me these new ways of learning and accepting and receiving. And so I really felt like, honestly, if I would have had this direction and this guidance earlier, I wouldn't have had to go through all of that. But everybody's journey is different. So my journey, I just happened to have to go through that. Now I have a testimony. So I love that I went through that, because I got a couple scratches on me, but I'm here.
Still got the belt.
Period.
Still got the title.
You feel me? And that's who I am. So I've accepted that.
What's up next for Key? Besides the podcast you're going to start, what's up next?
Oh, yeah, period. So I will be having, you know, City talked me into doing, you know, he gave me the courage to do my own podcast. So Key Marie will be collaborating with the podcast City. You feel me? The real one. And, you know, I have some shows that I'm executive producing on coming up.
I remember that.
I have my own show that I'm coming out.
But I better, boy, let me not get an invite.
I have my own show that I'm coming out with. Like, it's just a lot production wise. I'm working right now on building my own production company, getting my own equipment and everything. I'm great at producing and directing these shows. So if I have my own equipment, I can cut out the middlemen and the bullshit and the being on other people's time and the not being able to release your project because somebody did. Like, I'm just ready to do it.
And that's one of the things where I'm so thankful about the location ATL, because like my journey on just radio has always been on somebody else's time, somebody else's building, somebody else's key, somebody else's rules, somebody else's whatever. And it was just one of the things where I was like, yo, I'm tired of somebody else. Like, and let's create a platform where at the end of the day, I can do what I want to do, say what I want to say, put out what I want to put out, and don't have to ask nobody for permission. And one thing you know is big is the one thing I hate the most is when I got to call somebody and be like, yo, did you finish with the footage? Can we get the footage? Can you drop it off to us? Let me meet you. So
I'm trying to cut out.
Yeah, we do everything in house, and it's just a bonus. Tell everybody where they can find you.
But hold on, with saying that, because I've seen the growth. So you know, I looked at the new spot. Y'all, this spot fire as fuck. I ain't gonna cap. If you do content, need an office space, literally any fucking thing. If you need 4 walls, come here. Okay, because they got different color ones, a front Space, backspace is windows in this bitch. It's nice.
Hey,
Okay,
you
so
stamped and
make
approved.
sure y'all come tap you. You've grown a lot. You know, like I said, we started these journeys together, and you know, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to see
appreciate
what
it.
you've done. Your team, everybody nice, everybody cool. I don't got to talk about nobody when I leave here.
You gonna shoot me a text?
Cause you know
Who
I'm
is
quick
that?
to shoot a text and be like, but everybody cool. It gives real family vibes.
That's dope.
Yeah, y'all should definitely come check it out. City been doing this big one.
I
Appreciate you for
that.
having me.
Always.
Yeah.
Anytime I make a move, I always call you first.
Yeah, period. 'Cause
Have
like,
to.
real niggas do real shit.
Hey.
And he know I turn this shit up for real.
She burnt the camera out the first
Period.
5 minutes.
Real niggas do real shit. Real hot girl shit.
Tell everybody where they can find you at, man.
You can find me on all social media platforms at The Real Key Marie. No spaces, no underscores, everything. That's Snapchat, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's TikTok. The same.
You know what it is. So, of course, we did a name change with Key Marie. She was kind of the spearhead of this name change.
Yeah, so City
But-
giving me 10%.
I got you. I'm going to run you that check. You can find me on all platforms. The Real Podcast City. The Live City Show every day, every week, every weekend, every month for the rest of your life. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, stay tuned.
Beep, 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 is that bleep? Is that you talking to me? Is that deep? If I don't even know you exist, is that